watching Simply Vegetarian and I'm Jeeta. I'm back with momos again. I've also done a video on chili momo for which the link will be provided in the description box below. So please check. But this time I'm gonna prepare plain steamed momos out of a vegetable many of you may not have come across or tasted. So first let me show you that vegetable. So this is the vegetable I'll be making momos today. It's packed like an apple. Well, I think most of you have never seen this before. We call it ISKOOS in our native language, whereas in English they call it Chayote or even squash. And here in the supermarkets they have named it chow chow. This is the fruit of the plant and the plant is a creeper. And usually the ones that grow in our hill stations in Darjeeling, it's covered with prickly thistles all over and I really hate peeling them. But the fact is that one tastes better than this smooth one. And this they import from Philippines, I suppose. This is quite expensive out here. You can see here it's the price is showing 9.95 per kilo. So it's almost 10 dirham per kilo. And that's equal to Indian rupees almost 200 rupees per kilo. Whereas in our place you'll find this lying everywhere, anywhere, and it's quite cheap. But this vegetable is packed with vitamins. It's also an anti-cancer, controls blood sugar, even slows down aging. It's very good for the liver function, promotes heart health. So it contains lots of nutrients in it. You can eat them boiled, make curry out of it, and it makes very tasty momos as well. Also, momos with ISKOOS or Chayote is quite common, but I want to try adding this feta cheese in it. And let's check the taste with this. Have to wash your hands immediately after peeling them, or else the slime in it will stick to your palms even after drying your hands. Now there'll be a seed inside, so let me check. I love this seed. This is so tasty. Whether you boil or have it or even prepare curry, you can have this as well. But this I'll use in the soup. I'll be grating from the bigger ones, but mostly from the finer ones, the smaller ones, for better texture. If any bits and pieces remain, you can always use in the soup. And there are lots of water coming out. So these I'm going to strain and I'll not throw these. This one is far more convenient. So drain off all the excess water. So this I'll be using in the soup. Now I'll add the onions and rest of the things. As I am preparing this for only 2 people, so I took 2 big squash, grated, and then I'll be adding one, it's a little larger than the medium size onion. Now I'll chop this fine. Adding this directly into the grated squash and keep it aside. Now the feta cheese. I'll use this around only 50 to 60 grams. 60 grams would do, I suppose, because this contains a lot of salt in it. So have to be careful with the taste, and I'll not require any salt in the momo after having added this. Comparatively, feta cheese has less fat but more salt in it. Now here, regarding cheese, it's your choice. You may use cheddar cheese if you like. That tastes great as well. Remaining, I'll keep it in this container. We can have this in the salad, especially in the Greek salad they use this feta cheese. I'll also add butter, 20 grams for that rich taste. This is unsalted butter. Now I'll add a pinch of ginger powder. If you want, you can grate fresh ginger, add a little bit as per your taste. I'll not add much, just a pinch. So these are the ingredients for my stuffing. For the time being, I'll keep this aside and start preparing the dough for the momos and the tomato chutney that goes with it. I'll let these tomatoes boil until tender for 3 minutes. I'm taking here all-purpose flour, 1.5 cup, and water I need around 130 ml. I need a dough neither too hard nor too soft. So my dough is also done. I'll keep this to rest until I prepare the chutney and then the final keema. As for the chutney, the tomatoes are boiled and ready. I'll add some green chilies. You can add as per taste. The chutney tastes better with a hand grinder than this type of chopper. I'm using just a pinch of garlic. You can use garlic cloves, then salt as per your taste. And the tomatoes, remove the skin. I'll keep the chutney plain, but it's your choice if you want to add some coriander, green coriander, or some roasted peanuts or some roasted white sesame seeds. So here's the chutney ready. Before I start preparing the momos, I'll keep the soup ready. I have these 2 seeds from the squash, one small carrot cubed, and 1 small onion. I'll add them all together. And salt you can add now or you can add while serving, but I'll add it now. Half a teaspoon of fresh ginger if you love ginger, or you can add ginger powder in it. I'll just add a pinch again, and then I have that water, the juice of the squash, so I'll be adding this as well, and I'll add some more water in it. I'm preparing this soup separately, but what we do sometimes at home is we cook the soup along with the momo. This is the momo steamer. Instead of just plain water, we keep the soup below, and while the momo cooks, the soup also gets ready. So that's all I'll add in this. Let it go for 2 whistles. I'll also let this water come to the boiling point slowly. Till then, I'll prepare the momos. Now I have a small momo steamer. You can also steam momos in a rice steamer. Do not forget to grease the steamers before placing the momos on it, both of them. And keep this aside. And now work with the keema. It's better to do with the fingers quickly. The feta cheese in this is totally optional. You may also use cheddar cheese or don't use cheese at all. So the keema is ready for stuffing. Now everything is ready, I'll start. This is the dough I've prepared. Give it a final knead. We'll divide them into small portions and roll them out. Now we require this small dough, or you can cut them into equal portions. If you need to dust some flour, you can dust. This thin we can roll them out. Added half a tablespoon of the stuffing and start binding them. If you feel the dough is a bit sticky, you can use the flour. You can make 7 to 8 folds, and this should be thin. So both my sets are ready. The water has also started boiling. So let me show. Now I'll steam this for 15 minutes. As they are ready now, we serve them immediately with tomato chutney and soup. And today I made 32 momos out of the total ingredients. If in case there are any leftovers you couldn't finish at dinner, you can always have it in the morning. You can pan fry them or deep fry them or convert it into a chili momo and enjoy at breakfast. Chutney can be poured over the momos or dip and have it separately. So this is how tempting it looks. You can either have it with your hands if your hands are clean, or you can have with a knife and a fork or a spoon. So whatever is convenient. This really tastes great. So let me just show you one. So I just dip it. This is the inside. I love the taste. We usually enjoy this with a soup in cold weathers. I like this combination. Hope you will love it too if you eat and like feta cheese.